Today I'm going to be showing you how to edit KSI video on my brand new PC. Thanks to PC Specialist and Nvidia for sending me this amazing powerful PC. It has GPU GeForce RTX 3090, CPU Ryzen 5950X, and also RAM of 128 GB. 128 GB RAM. Are you mad? They did send me this 2 weeks ago and I have been testing it since then because I wanted to experience the most out of it. So I was always using MacBook to edit my videos. I finally now became a PC user. Alright guys, so here I am in my new setup. It's been a while. This is actually the first video that I'm doing in my new setup. Let's get on with the video. If you have seen my first tutorial on how to edit KSI video, JJ and the Sidemen, they send me the raw footage through Dropbox and I receive it my end. Then JJ randomly messages me on my WhatsApp saying video sent. That's it. There's no instructions, nothing. To be KSI's editor, you have to take charge. I say this is a good thing because this is how I get to bully JJ.
There's nothing here. There's nothing.
You want to find out how? Let's do it. Let's do it together. In this video, I'm going to be editing the Reddit video I'm getting made fun of, which is already uploaded on his channel. In this folder, there's one screen recording from OBS and also 3 camera files. Yeah, it is strange that JJ is sending me 3 different face cam instead of just one whole face cam. That's because JJ still records on his camera manually. Basically, he records on his camera manually. Camera stops every 15 minutes. He records it again, stops every 15 minutes, and then he records it again. That's the problem with DSLRs. So what he needs to do is basically connect his camera to OBS. With that, it'll be one face cam and one screen recording. That's what all the Sidemen do. But obviously, Khan is sorting out his setup. After that, it'll be life easier for me and JJ. So back to the timeline. What I need to do is basically import this folder. And I've imported. As I mentioned before, I'll be using Nvidia's GPU, Mercury Playback Engine GPU Acceleration CUDA. This is the one that I'll be using, and okay. And then after, you create a sequence, file, new sequence, and name the file. First, you get the screen recording into the timeline, and then the 3 different face cams. Here on the screen recording, there are 2 different audio tracks. One is basically from his desktop, basically him reacting to Reddit or videos. Another one is JJ's mic. What I need to do is basically get his face cam audio synced with the mic audio. So I've done this so many times, I don't really listen to JJ when I need to sync the audio. So after you sync it up, basically what you do is disable the face cam audio, and that's synced up.
It's already there. It's already there.
So basically what I need to do now is basically add a circle here and add JJ into the circle to make the reaction cam. So I've got KSI Reddit circle, and then I've got try not to laugh. I bring in KSI Reddit one. I put it top of the KSI cam layer, and then obviously make the bubble small, place it in the corner. And then what I do is I select JJ's face cam and I nest it and give the name KSI face cam. So the reason I nest it is basically to have all 3 clips together so I can move around easily, and then duplicate this and have it top of it. So this layer you can use as the reaction cam, and the one underneath use it as the full camera. The top one, make it small, place it properly in the middle, and then from opacity select the masking tool circle, and then pretty much make sure the borders are all in properly. The next step is how I do it, and not necessarily everyone else who edits does it. So as you can see on the videos, you have like shaky camera here, and also you also have the black and white, and you have extreme zoom ins as well with black and white. Basically I use 3 different angles for JJ. This is how I do it, and this is by far the fastest way. So you have KSI's full camera, and then what I do is I duplicate the face cam again. I put it on a V3. Here what I do is I zoom in like 130, and also add cam shake, which is very simple to add. All you need to do is download the plugin from Red Giant Universe. One is JJ's full camera, and then you have screen recording, and then you have zoomed in shaky camera, and then I duplicate this again, put it on the top. Now you have another face cam of JJ, which here I zoom in even more and turn it to black and white. So now you have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. What you guys need to do next is go edit, keyboard shortcuts, type in enable. In enable, my shortcut is basically D. What this does is basically it disables the layer and enables the layer when you press D. So if I press D now, it disables, and you press again, enable. You can see the face cam, disable, enable, disable, enable. So let's disable everything. Now we just work on the full screen KSI.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy K to the S to the I, yeah.
And then here, what I'll do is split, and then split here again. Get rid of the middle.
We here, out here doing the Reddit.
And then I'll do split here and split here again.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And then split here again. So I've got these splits. Instead of like adding zoom in, zoom out separately using keyframes, select the shaky cam and then enable it by pressing D.
Yeah, out here.
And then again, click on the top layer, press D.
Doing the Reddit. Yeah, it's been a while.
And then now if you want to show the screen recording, enable that and then enable the top one. This is how it is now.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy K to the S to the I, yeah. We here, out here doing the Reddit. Yeah, it's been a while. I'd say about a week or so.
So that's basically a quick technique at the beginning that I've used, using different layers and basically nesting them as well, which makes the whole workflow so much faster, so much better than basically each time readjusting the size, readjusting the frame. So now you have the layers set up. What I do now is basically get rid of any air pockets. So any gap here where JJ is not talking, get rid of it. Unless he's reacting to the video and he's not talking on purpose. Otherwise, get rid of it. All the content in this video is being created on my PC Specialist NVIDIA Studio, which they sent with this features and specification you can see on the screen. I know a lot of you guys might be wondering what is NVIDIA Studio. It's basically GPU created for your PCs, especially if you're editing or using powerful software like Premiere Pro, After Effects, Lightroom, Photoshop. It actually supercharges your creative process, creating GPUs to make workflow faster and faster like never before. My system has RTX GPU to accelerate the creative process, speeding up the editing workflow. I'll be honest, like compared to MacBook, it is a lot better. If you're using Adobe Premiere Pro 2020 and above version, you'll be able to use the feature called NVAC, which is short for NVIDIA Encoder. NVAC improves the rendering time and also timeline scrubbing performance. Like example, this is me scrubbing through the timeline using software playback, and now this is me scrubbing using NVIDIA GPU acceleration. Obviously nowadays if you have a PC and don't have GPU, I don't think you can go any further, but choosing the best one actually makes a massive difference in your lifestyle, especially if you're like me, editing and gaming all day round. Like I said before, PC Specialist and NVIDIA, they sent the PC 2 weeks ago, and since then I've been testing it myself. It has made a massive difference towards my workflow. NVIDIA released studio drivers that can be downloaded on their website or via GeForce Experience, which ensures you have the most stable platform. PC Specialist sells NVIDIA Studio certified PCs, so you know they are spec'd and ready for video editing, 3D modeling and more. You can customize your own PC Specialist system easily using their online configurator. Plus it will also highlight and recommend different components if it finds anything wrong with the spec. Check it out in the link in the description. Okay, so back to this timeline. A lot of you guys been asking me how to add Simon's pictures in the background. I'll show you how. First, what I did is find the wall frame in Google, put it on Photoshop and simply just add Simon's picture inside the frame and then quickly just export it as PNG. Go back to your Premiere Pro, double click the nested sequence of JJ's face cam inside the frame, back to Premiere Pro, and then what you do is effects control, simply just place it underneath, make sure it's properly aligned, and then go to effects, type in drop shadow, just make sure it's aligned. Use this light shadow as reference, so you can see kind of like shadow there and shadow here. Another thing, someone asked me on Twitter if I do anything with JJ's forehead. In fact, I tried to make it smaller. As you can see, this is how the forehead looks in the camera every time JJ records, and you can see I've not added any effects here at all. This is natural, that proves it. What I do is basically go on effects and add this effects called Differize effect. Make sure the radius is small as possible around the head. Get this marker, go in the middle of the forehead obviously, and then what I do is get the radius small as possible. I'm making it smaller and smaller, and there you go. That's how you do it. And if you guys ever edit JJ's videos, make sure you know about this effect and make it smaller. Last thing you want to do is basically add music underneath this layer. So I get all my music from artlist.io. Go through the music that you want, add it underneath. and make sure the sound is balanced. So I usually go -25 gain, and then all you do is go file, export, media. The format I choose is H.264, and then choose YouTube 1080p full HD, and then go down. If you have NVIDIA GPU selected, make sure under performance you have hardware encoding. This will basically make the whole export 5 times faster. Let's test it now. So it says 3 minutes with GPU hardware encoding selected. Let me cancel this and let's just change that to normal software encoding. Export. There you go. 5 minutes, 6, 7, straight away doubled, more than doubled. After I export it, I'll watch the whole video again, making sure there is no errors, everything is spot on, and then I just send it to JJ. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know this was quite rough. I am basically gonna be launching my own courses as well, step by step in detail. So make sure you follow my Instagram, mosyed110, and also my Twitter, mosyed110. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time if I have any more tutorials to do. So